It's Lukey Boy Wilson here, and it's about to be springtime, and I'm just doing my thing, cruising around, staying put mostly. I just been making mulch beds. Everything's getting ready to pop up. Got garlic popping up, got onions popping up, just popping. Got the dogs popping up, but got a few of my mulch beds. This is one of my mushroom beds. Here's the old Biff master. He's got 11 days left to live, Biff, don't you? Yeah, he's looking mighty big and nice. I've been feeding him nothing but corn rations right now, because he was just being a dick, man. He was beating his wife up, just straight up being a dick, just pounding her around. She's pregnant, so he hadn't been getting no dick, hadn't been getting nothing that, so he's just been beating her up. And I said, you know what? Not on this farm, man. Hey, I'm straight up bikers against child abuse and stuff, and that ain't happening. So I put him in his own pen over here, and I'm trying to fatten him up, and then I'm gonna kill him, and then I'm gonna eat all of his meat. So yeah, I don't know if that's YouTube appropriate or not, but that's what I'm gonna do. This is my newest mulch bed. I plan to plant some spring greens in here. Yeah, I got some other projects that I'm working on. Finally got the rain barrel set up and catching some rain. Get my water rations and stuff. Got a little makeshift thing over here. Mostly I've been getting a lot of rock and stuff and gravel, putting down a little gravel pit. This is my road, actually, not a gravel pit, but I mean, I know it's not that impressive and stuff, but hey folks, I drive a little S10, that truck over there. This right here, this is like 8 or 9 loads, full bed loads of gravel. And I've been, of course, scooping it all up by hand and everything, of course with some help and everything, but just kind of cleaning everything up. The old pig, she's pregnant. She's pregnated for sure. Look at this, check out these tits. Yeah, she's pregnant shit, man. She's gonna be popping babies up here before too long. But this right, the pigs got out one day and tore that shit up. Yeah, I got some other ones. A little mulch pit there going on. A little mulch pit here, just a little there, a little, a little here, a little there, a little everywhere. That's all I can really do. My fucking truck. I haven't been keeping up on it. Let that son-of-a-bitch run without enough antifreeze in it, man. You gotta keep antifreeze in your trucks, man. I'm telling you, that's the truth, because you got to. Them suckers will overheat and explode, basically. You don't want that to happen. No one does. So yeah, just make some wind chimes. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's a pretty cool wind chime. Made from vodka bottles and beer bottles. There's some bones on it. Some hard drive platters. I hear them things are made out of palladium. I couldn't tell you left from right on that. I used to think they were made out of silicone crystals. Man, I don't think so no more. But yeah, just trying to get these. Main deal was, okay, I cut this old road into the property here, and everything was about as thick as this right here. But then I had to cut a road in, and I cut in some power, stuff like that. But I didn't want to burn all the wood debris. I feel like that was a waste, because I believe in carbon sequestration, which means that you're trying to store the carbon in the soil. And these trees go to such great lengths to produce carbon and everything in their bark and in their stumps and everything, that takes years and years and years to get all that carbon drained down into the plant. And I think the proper cycle is to put that carbon back in the ground, especially after all my ancestors and all my peers and everything have been burning all the carbon up. And I do the same thing. Don't get me wrong, I burn carbon like a motherfucker, like anybody else. But somebody's got to do their part to put the carbon back in the dirt, okay? Or else all the cycles are going to get out of whack and get out of balance. And somebody has got to restore the balance. So I made all these brush piles last year, and people around here, they said, well, why don't you just burn it? Just light that shit up and just have your bonfire. And you know, what would I get out of that? I would get maybe 1, maybe 2 nights of big old flames, cook some weenies and marshmallows and stuff, and they would all be gone. All that fire would send that carbon dioxide right up into the atmosphere, eat a bunch of oxygen up in the process, and it'd be a waste. All that carbon would have been lost from the soil cycle here, from the fertility cycle here on my property. So I've just been barely picking and plucking from this stuff and keeping my campfire small. You know, I've been cooking on a campfire for almost a year now. Don't have no microwave. I have propane in my trailer, but I don't use it. I use fire. I use campfire. And I don't use a big fire. I only use enough as I need. And when it gets cold, hell, I go inside and I cuddle up with my dogs, man. Well, I only have one dog, but I cuddle up with my dog, man. And, you know, look at that. This has been a habitat. There'd been finches living in these piles. There'd been frogs, you know. And all this wood does, look, it just sits down here. A lot of this is hickory now, which hickory just takes a long time to rot. But, see, look. This is what happens when you make compost piles, okay? Look at that. The mushrooms have already tore through this wood, and now it's just one step away from being garden soil. It's an amazing process. But see, if I would have just burnt that up, man, if I would have done a slash and burn tactic on this thing, I've been left with nothing but hard clays that have been caked over. You know, slash and burn doesn't leave nothing. That's what Genghis Khan used to do when he was trying to fuck over his enemies. He would go through there, burn all their trees down, burn all their crops down, and just leave them with nothing but infertile soil that wouldn't hold water, hard pack. Man, I ain't trying to do that. You know, I'm trying to build up fertility in my land. So, right now, it's about time to start planting spring things because all the garlic's popping up. Forsythias are blooming. I've seen a pansy blooming the other day. Red buds are blooming. Garlic and onion have been up for a while. Potatoes are starting to come up. But so it's time to plant the early springs crops. So it's really the most important thing that I need to plant right now is poppy. Okay, Papaver somniferum. That's opium poppy, breadseed poppy. What am I planting that for? I'm planting that for medicine, and because it's a pretty flower, but mostly for medicine because it's about the most potent and useful painkiller that humankind has ever found on the planet. Now, you know, it's also addictive and stuff, so you gotta be careful. But I'm gonna be careful and stuff. It's just going in the medicine cabinet just in case I ever break my leg or cut myself open, you know. So right now, I'm gonna dig up some dirt and try to make me a little mulch pit that's good for poppies, full sun, good drainage. Should be good. All right, bye.